Welcome back to HQ. Time now for your Mayotivations, brought to you by Hellmann's Mayonnaise, America's #1 mayonnaise. We're welcoming in our guys from Pushing the Pile, Kyle Long and Mike Renner, to talk some Monday Night Football. We get the split games. They're not at different, well, they're at different times, but they're kind of in a weird kind of window, 45 minutes apart. So you need to have that two-screen experience tonight if you want to watch both games. Let's start with the Jags in Buffalo facing the Bills. The Bills seeking their first 3-0 start since 2020. Started 4-0 that year, went 13-3, lost to the Chiefs in the AFC title game here in 2024. Quarterback Josh Allen brings in a 7-game regular season winning streak into this contest. As we look at this Bills team now, 2 games into this season, Kyle, are they where you thought they would be, or are you a little bit surprised where they are given the fact that they lost some pieces in the offseason?
I definitely am a little bit surprised at the fact that they've started so hot. Josh Allen has looked so good, and not only that, they look so comfortable playing with one another. You know, Mike and I have talked at length about the offensive line, and I think it's the most important position on the field. Their O-line has looked really good. They've looked really solid from tackle to tackle. They've got a game plan. Their technique matches, and obviously when you got a guy like Josh Allen, other stars seem to be working their way up. He is the tide that raises all ships, and it's no different this year for Josh Allen and the Bills.
I'm not that surprised. I'll say because of that offensive line, because of Josh Allen. He has the best running game he's had in his entire career. And when you can play complementary football, you can put points on the scoreboard like they have. I think this is a good litmus test, though. This will be the first time I think their defense gets challenged a little bit. That's the side of the ball I'm worried about. If we're talking about can they win the Super Bowl, can they make it through the AFC, it's this secondary, it's this linebacker core that's so young. If those guys can hold up in this one, well, they may just be atop the AFC.
All right, well, while Josh Allen is riding a 7-game regular win streak right now, his counterpart Trevor Lawrence is riding a 7-game regular season losing streak. Jags kind of picking up where they left off in 2023. What is going on right now with Lawrence and this Jags team, Mike?
It's the offensive line. What we just said about the Bills and how they're so good up front. They're a disaster up front right now. Their first-round pick from a year ago, Anton Harrison, has been one of the worst right tackles in football. One of the highest-paid guards in the NFL right now, Brandon Scherf, in his mid-30s. He looks like his career may be coming to an end because he has been struggling himself. So that's the biggest difference. Lawrence does not have the time that Josh Allen routinely is afforded. And so anytime they go up against a good pass rushing unit, guys that can get home on 3rd down, well, chances are they're getting home against this Bills offensive front.
Yeah, that's where you see a lot of these mistakes happen for Trevor Lawrence, with pressure in his face, not really the same confidence that you would expect from a guy like him. And then I think about Doug Peterson, and you know, I feel like the confidence is starting to waver at that head coach position. There's going to be a lot of rumblings there throughout the course of the season. If they go up and they get blown out by the Buffalo Bills tonight on Monday Night Football, there's going to be a lot of fans in Jacksonville that want answers. And obviously the answer isn't get Trevor Lawrence out of there. We got to figure out who we got to get out, who we got to get in.
Well, surprisingly, Lawrence is 2-0 against the Bills in his career. So,
but certainly in Buffalo, they have had their struggles. So when you look at the line for this game tonight, it's less than a touchdown. Bills favored by 5.5. I think the total sitting around 46.5 last look here. So the total has gone up by a point. How do you see this game play out, given that this has been a weekend of surprises, Kyle? What do you see happening?
Well, don't listen to anything I say, because the last two weeks
say that at the end, not at the beginning.
2 weeks have been really rough for me. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the Buffalo Bills relying on their bread and butter. They're going to run the football a little bit. They're going to be able to get into third manageable situations, either give you a run or a pass option with Josh Allen throwing it somewhere outside the numbers, using his arm strength. I think we don't want to see Josh Allen running around a lot tonight. I like what they've got going with the running game. You can lean on that, and then obviously third manageable, let Josh Allen make the throws that he sees.
I like the Jags to at least cover that number in this one because of what Kyle said earlier.
We disagree.
Their backs are against the wall. This is a coaching staff that if they lose this game, are likely going to be on the way out. They're going to empty the tank, and they're going to go to the back pages of that playbook, take out all the plays that maybe they were reserving for a rainy day. They're going to get used in this one, and I like the Jags front 7 to match up with this Bills offensive line. They can at least stop the run, make them a little one-dimensional. So I like the Jags.
All right, let's switch gears